Hello, this is Tony Heller from RealClimateScience.com. Physical oceanographer Edward Dodderidge has been able to determine 7.5 billion years of Earth's history from 45 years worth of data. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation reported this alarming news. He said vast regions of the Antarctic coastline were ice-free for the first time in the observational record. To say unprecedented isn't strong enough, Dr. Dodderidge said. He said it was a 5 sigma event, and we'd only expect to see this about once every 7.5 billion years. It's gobsmacking. That's pretty impressive to be able to determine most of the history of the universe from just 45 years worth of data. He said that vast regions of the Antarctic coastline were ice-free, but actual data shows that that simply isn't true. There was lots of ice around the Antarctic coastline last winter. The next problem is that his mathematics was wrong. It was actually less than a 3 sigma event rather than a 5 sigma event. In 2014, there was an equally large positive anomaly, and I'm pretty sure that was less than 7.5 billion years ago. Let's look at all of the daily sea ice data for Antarctica from 1979 through today. You can see the negative anomaly this winter and the positive anomaly from 2014. This graph shows another view of the same thing with the positive anomaly in 2014 and the negative anomaly this winter. As I mentioned before, this was less than a 3 sigma anomaly. But with weather events, 4 sigma anomalies are not unusual. This graph shows Illinois temperatures on July 14th every year since the 1890s. You can see that the temperatures have been declining over the last century. On July 14th, 1936, there was a 4 sigma positive anomaly, and on July 14th, 1990, there was a 4 sigma negative anomaly. On July 14th, 1936, the average afternoon temperature around the state of Illinois was an incredible 111 degrees. And on July 14th, 1990, the average temperature around the state was 68 degrees, which is 20 degrees below average. Edward Dodderidge has no clue what he's talking about, and the Australia Broadcasting Corporation had no business printing this nonsense. Let's take a look at what's actually going on with Antarctic sea ice. There's more sea ice right now than there was on this date in 1979, 1982, and 1996. The map on the left shows sea ice on December 28, 1979, and the map on the right shows the same date in 2023. In 1979, there was very little sea ice around West Antarctica, and this year there's a lot more. The November 1976 issue of National Geographic showed that there was almost no sea ice around Antarctica during January of that year. During the winter of 1966, the maximum sea ice extent around Antarctica was less than 16 million square kilometers. That was considerably lower extent than this winter, and I'm pretty sure 1966 was less than 7.5 billion years ago. 53 million years ago, there were palm trees growing around Antarctica, and it's unlikely there was a lot of sea ice. Let's take a more detailed look at what's been going on with Antarctic sea ice since the peak year of 2014. You can see that there was a large drop in peak extent between 2014 and 2015. The next 12 graphs are going to show Antarctic sea ice extent by month. This is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. December is midsummer in Antarctica, and it's the month of peak sea ice loss. You can see that there was a big drop in December sea ice between 2015 and 2016. This graph shows the amount of sea ice lost during December. There was a lot of sea ice lost during the past few Decembers, but this year has been one of the lowest on record. There's still a few days left to the month, but the ice is melting very slowly and this won't change a lot over the next few days. Temperatures around Antarctica are running well below normal, so it's unlikely there's going to be a huge amount of sea ice loss the rest of the summer. The slow melt during December can be seen in the trend over the last few weeks. Ice extent is getting close to the 1981 to 2010 median, and the 7.5 billion year scam is just about over. Toto's been pulling back the curtain on clueless climate academics for more than 15 years. You can visit him and his family on the web at realclimatescience.com.